Check out the Deseret News for the best place to read about press sports. Online at DesNews.com. Deseret News, now you know. Order Jimmy John's sandwich delivery. Jimmy John's, freaky fresh, freaky fast. TicketTap is the official mobile ticketing provider of the UHSAA. Search TicketTap in your app store and download the app today. Today's game ball is being provided by Wilson. Wilson is the official ball of the Utah High School Activities Association Championships. Stats and standings are available at MikeSpreps.com, the official stats partner of the UHSAA.
Welcome inside Rice-Eccles Stadium for the 4A semifinals. Orem and Skyview. Dusty Lister and Dane Stewart with you here at Rice-Eccles Stadium. And Dane, I'll tell you what, we got ourselves a heck of a ball game for the 4A semifinals. The undefeated Skyview Bobcats come into this game. They have played outstanding football. This is a team, their closest game this year was against Mountain Crest and had to march 99 yards down the length of the field in just over a minute to win that ball game. This is a very, very good team.
You know what we finally have, Dusty? We finally have a semifinal with two quarterbacks that are atop the classification in passing yards. We have not had strength against strength on the offensive side or similar offenses go head-to-head today. We've seen passing versus running and that sort of thing. Yes, we finally get it. And Jackson Sidaway as well as Cooper Laga. I mean, these are two of the best quarterbacks in the 4A classification. You could argue in the state. And they're going to be going head-to-head today for a chance to go play for a state championship.
You know, this is an interesting note on this, too. You talk about the two of the top quarterbacks in their classification. You're talking about probably the best wide receiver in the state of Utah in Puka Nakua.
Yeah, hashtag record watch. And Puka Nakua, 22 receiving touchdowns on the season, Dusty. The state record for single season touching receptions is 24, set by one Simi Fahoko at Brighton High School. By the way, he's now playing at Stanford, and Puka Nakua has his Pac-12 options. But this is a kid that tonight, he could take care of a state record and be atop every other receiver to ever play the game here in the state of Utah.
You know, and Puka Nakua, obviously the younger brother of Kai Nakua, playing for the Cleveland Browns, and for Samson Nakua, who is a wide receiver here at the University of Utah. And not only that, he's only a junior.
Yeah.
Let's remember that. They're only a junior. And I tell you what, the classification moves have been very nice for both of these teams, and really why we're seeing them here today.
No, you're right. And for Skyview, I mean, this is a team that is now playing in that, you know, region with all the Cache Valley schools, right? Mountain Crest and Ridgeline and Logan, and undefeated. I mean, you already mentioned that. They got through the gauntlet here. They have not played Orem. They've not played a team, I'm going to say, to the liking of Orem in this air attack of Cooper Lagat. This is going to be a really, really fun semifinal.
It's teed up, and we are underway here in the 4A semifinals. It'll be taken around the 8-yard line. And it's snowed under at around the 19. And we're going to be struggling with numbers all night long. And on the return is Tanner Stokes.
Boy, you know what that looked like? And that looked like some of those movies, you know, when there's a really good team and a really bad team, and the really good team comes down and there's just like a whole swarm. There was a whole swarm of tigers around Tanner Stokes on that kick return. I mean, just not a lot of blocks for Stokes to work with as they come out and start on their own 20.
First chance to see Sidaway and the Bobcats. It'll be Stokes, the deep back here in the single back set. And on the carry, Stokes gets 2 yards to the 22-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
Thing that's going to be interesting, Dusty, we talk about these quarterbacks, and we're certainly going to have an air show here tonight. 6 interceptions thrown by Sidaway on the season, only 5 for Lagat. They've both been accustomed to taking care of the football, and it may be a turnover battle here tonight. The one who throws the more ends up losing.
And on the reception and catch and run is Ryder Lundahl. And Ryder has a 1st down for the Bobcats. Apologize. Got to the 26-yard line. been one of those days, and one of the starts to this game, and it is 3rd down and long. I've been so worried about these numbers.
That's the thing. It takes you out of your rhythm, huh?
Just a touch.
I like the look, though. It's just, as a broadcaster, man, that is hard.
Minute into this game, and I'm already in the hurry up. Going to sling it outside. It absolutely popped. Coming up and making the stop is Ethan Slade. And that's how you play the bubble screen.
Yeah, if you're a defender, not an offensive player, a missed block on the outside, and Slade comes up and absolutely makes Stokes pay. A big hit put on by the junior safety for Orem, and it's Skyview to punt.
Puka Nakua hanging out around midfield. As Nakua will take the fair catch at the 43-yard line. And the first chance we'll have to see Cooper Laga and the Orem Tigers. You know, Dane, I got to see this team a couple of weeks ago against Spanish Fort. Walked away very, very impressed.
You know, the thing that is really impressive when you look at this Orem squad, I mean, we've talked about Cooper Laga. We talked about him being one of the better quarterbacks in the state. You know, all the talk about Cameron Cooper this year, and coming into that semifinal game, Dusty had 48 passing touchdowns. I mean, by far and away, he led every other quarterback in 5A. Well, Cooper Laga has thrown 43. I mean, he is right up there. And, I mean, it just speaks to the talent that he is under center for the Orem Tigers.
And on first down, they're going to keep it on the ground. A gain of 9 on first down. And on the carry is Peter Kinesi. And I tell you what, it's interesting when you think of how good this offense is and you're replacing a running back like Diarman Notoa, who was very, very good for the Orem Tigers last year, and they've been able to do so offensively.
Both teams coming out. We mentioned the air attacks, but running the football always a key, and you see good blocking. Kinesi able to get outside and pick up 9 yards on first down.
2nd and 1, all your options are available to you. Laga in the power pistol. And it will be Kinesi on the left side, and he's able to get to the 45-yard line, where that will be a first down for the Orem Tigers. And we'll move the chains for a fresh set of downs.
Boy, just enough, but you're going to see, again, trying to go power and coming up a nice job for Skyview is Ryder Lundahl, the junior, in to help make the tackle.
We're going to be doing that a lot today, I got a feeling.
Yeah, I agree. It's never a good sign when you're 3 minutes in and you call them the wrong name, huh?
So on 1st and 10 from the 45. Rolling near side, Laga going deep for Nakua. Show that athleticism going after that ball, and it is incomplete. And it'll be 2nd down.
Yikes. Good luck defending that all night. I mean, how about Nakua goes up and almost makes the one-handed catch, Dusty? I mean, an incredibly athletic play by the receivers. A penalty back here near the line of scrimmage.
And the undoing for Orem can be just what we saw there. A dead ball personal foul penalty will back him up 15 yards.
You know, when you get to a semifinal, typically the other team doesn't need you to help them out. And, you know, you commit those penalties, and, boy, big loss on the play and backing him up and setting him now in 2nd down and extremely long.
2nd and 25 for the Golden Tigers. Zach Ortiz, the near side receiver. Trips to the bottom of the screen. Nakua at the top. Laga goes with the draw. Picks his way for a few yards and is driven back. And on the carry was Raphael Cooper. And it'll be 3rd down and 21.
Not much there. Nice job by Skyview. Orem trying to catch him back in a passing defense. But you see everyone coming up. A lot of Bobcats there. Logan Karen. You see Dawson Durant right there. Durant had a nice year last year for these Bobcats. Back again for Skyview.
3rd down and 21. Laga fires to the corner. Incomplete. Pass intended for Jackson Williams. And it is 4th down, and the punting unit coming on for Orem.
You know, Dusty, we talked about these two teams, and let's just give some context to this. So Orem, I mean, clearly fantastic year for the Tigers. And Lagat, you know, they played in the 5A classification or the 4A classification last year. And with the classification shift now, I mean, they stay 4A, but it's kind of a drop. I mean, most of 4A moved up to 5A and 5A to 6A. And Skyview played in 5A last year and made it to the semifinals, if I recall correctly. Didn't they make a big tournament run last year?
That was a couple years ago.
Was it 2 years ago?
Yeah.
All right. All right.
They were undefeated coming into the semifinals. This is a nice punt. And what a start for Orem. Pin him down at the 1-yard line. Well done by Orem, and it'll be a 99-yard field ahead of the Skyview Bobcats.
Send that clip to Kyle Whittingham, huh? A punter who was able to get one down inside the 5. Fantastic job. And a familiar look for people who watch football up here on the hill. It's something that Utah has been very good at over the years under Kyle Whittingham, and Orem copying and mimicking here in the first quarter.
But he's not from Australia.
Ah, well, there goes the scholarship.
No, that he'd be praised. I mean, that's one of the things about the University of Utah. I mean, you're a good kicker and punter. I mean,
punter is the new quarterback, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I watched them here with King Louie and all kinds of guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Going to run the speed option out of their own end zone and get a couple of yards. And it was Jackson Sidaway running that option and got 2 yards to the 3. And on the stop was, we don't have a number, 48.
I thought it was 49,
oh,
Billy
49.
Tenney. You see him from that interior defensive tackle position coming out and shortening the gain by Sidaway.
Receiver to each side here for Skyview. Double tight end set. Sidaway, quick set, fire. And the catch is made and pulled out of bounds. They're going to say keep him in bounds on the forward progress. And that is Mason Foslev, one of the better basketball players in the state of Utah.
Yeah, he is, and a kid that has been their leading receiver on the season up to this point. Dusty, 800 yards, receiving 6 touchdowns. He's been one of the favorite targets of Jackson Sidaway.
And only a sophomore. Sidaway, pump. He was looking deep for Foslev. He takes off, and he is dropped. On the stop is Austin Kirby. And it is now 4th down, and the punting unit coming on.
Give credit to Ben Daly. You mentioned the pump fake. They are trying to get some separation with Foslev on the top side, and Daly's just not having any of it. A fantastic job of sticking with the receiver, not buying that pump fake from Sidaway, and it sets up a 4th down.
Puka Nakua hanging out around the 40-yard line waiting for this punt. On 4th down and 4. A lot of pressure on it, maybe got a finger on it, but I don't think so. Roll across the 40 to the 42-yard line, and that is where Lagat and the Tigers will take over for their second possession here in the first quarter. Winner of this game going to take on the Mountain Crest Mustangs, who got the win last night against the Stansbury Stallions. It could be an all-Cache Valley championship game. Would be the first time since the late 80s that happened, if I remember correctly, if my memory serves. First and 10 for the 40, from the 43. And it's a give, and not much there. An outstanding job of the Skyview defense, and nothing happening for Cooper. And it had it hard to grab these numbers really quickly, and it was Lundahl with the stop.
Lundahl, the second leading receiver for Skyview, but up to this point, he's made a nice impact on the defensive side. The linebacker has been solid against the run, and I've been surprised, Dusty, that both these teams really trying to establish the run game in the early going. You know, you expect that first drive and that sort of thing, and it's only the second drive for the Tigers, but it's about time for Lagat to show off that arm.
Lagat fired to the slot. The catch is made. Pushing forward for the first down. He'll be a yard short. Gets to the 34-yard line. And on the reception is Enoch Fiso.
First completion of the game there for Laga. Able to connect with Fiso to set up 3rd and short.
Playing single high safety. Nakua at the top of the screen. Playing with fire, leaving a man on an island with Nakua.
Yeah, and they're off those slot receivers too, Dusty.
And a give up the middle for a first down is Peter Canesi. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers at the 32.
Canesi with a nice start to this ball game. 3 carries, 13 yards. You see this one just right up the middle and respecting the athleticism of Laga. It's an aspect that we didn't talk about, Dusty, but he's ran for 959 yards this season, just shy of 1,000 yards for the starting quarterback of Orem. It keeps those DNs honest and allows the pickup and first down by Canesi up the middle.
It'll be a run near side once again with Canesi. Picks his way for a gain of 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
Have another look at this, and you see a nice block inside. I think for Orem that might have been Ryan Toa, the senior lineman, able to create an inside lane for the run by Canesi and able to pick up 4.
Bring a man in motion, fake the fly sweep, and go back to Canesi. He slipped one, he won't slip another. Coming to making the stop, I believe, was number 2, Logan Karen. And it'll make it 3rd down and 4.
Well, in that time, a couple of pulling linemen for Orem, and typically you follow the linemen on those runs, right? And the Skyview defense up to the task, able to stuff the pulling guard, not allowing any lane for Canesi to operate and limiting him to 2 yards.
Orem is bent on making sure they are establishing the run game here. 3 minutes remaining, and they're going to go fly sweep with Puka Nakua. Nakua trying to get to the edge and is close to the first down marker, escorted out of bounds. And it might be short here, Dave.
Yeah, I think he is going to be short. I thought it was a fantastic job by Duncan McCray, the senior. You see the stretch, and Nakua, his speed usually good. Nice burst through there by Hansen, but right there coming up and laying the hit to keep this a 4th down for Orem.
4th and 1, and the Tigers are going for it. And there'll be a timeout first taken by Coach Hill and the Tigers. 2:53 remaining in the first quarter. We are scoreless, but it'll be 4th down when we come back. You're watching the 4A semifinals on the Watch It Network. Fourth and 1, and the Tigers are going for it. And it'll be Cooper on the carry, and he is so close, but I don't think he got it. Nice stand by the Skyview defense. They turn back the Tigers, and it'll be, well, yeah, Skyview football. They're not even going to measure it.
Yeah, Dusty, they had to get to the 22, and you see where they spot that ball is at the 23, well short, and a fantastic job up front by this Skyview Bobcat defense. Shutting down the run. Just not a lot of room to work with.
Yeah, Raphael Cooper didn't have a shot on that one. So sit away, and the Bobcats come back on the field. Their 3rd drive after the second one started literally on their own goal line. And now we have I believe, a delay of game. Yep. Delay of game against the Bobcats. And Dave, to my recollection, we'll have to double check this, but This will be the third semifinal since 2005. I believe they made it in 2007 against Pineview, and then a couple years ago lost to Harriman in the 5A semifinals. That first appearance was in the 4A semifinals. And on the carry is Stokes. Makes a nice move across the 25-yard line. Nice run by Tanner Stokes. And it'll be 2nd down and 6.
It's a little chilly. Things move a little slowly in the cold, Dusty, but we'll see if we can't figure that out for you.
Sit away. Quick set and fire. That ball is batted down.
Boy, you've got to be careful. I mean, Orem brings the blitz, and we don't have a 35 on our roster. Might have been 36, DJ Nielsen, coming on the blitz, but trying to get that ball away quickly, sensing the pressure, and coverage was pretty good. Batted down at the line of scrimmage before it ever got there. I think Skyview that time going to be happy to take the incompletion and not deal with anything more drastic.
3rd down and 6. Sit away. Fired to the boundary. Catch is made. Makes one man miss. Won't make a second miss. And it was Will Drzezinski on the reception. And Tenney with the stop. It's 4th down and short now for the Bobcats.
Yeah, and Tenney makes a big-time play. I mean, first of all, I love the throw by Sidaway to lead his receiver up the field, trying to get to the sticks, and he makes the first man miss, bounces off him. Tenney comes in to fill in, pushing him out of bounds and saving the sticks and the punt for Skyview.
Falslev will be kicking it away for the 3rd time. Nakua hanging out around the 40-yard line. Got pressure put on again, and Falslev, a short kick, goes out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and it'll be a short field for Laga and the Tigers. Still looking for the first points of this ball game.
Right now, Dusty, you're playing with fire a little bit. I mean, these short punts by Skyview setting up short fields for a very potent offense in the Orem Tigers. And, you know, Orem's been trying to establish the run game. Skyview's been able to stop it. But one of these times, Laga's going to start airing that ball out, and you give him 40 yards to pay dirt, and it could come back to be quite costly.
Orem getting a final player off the field. Rolling near side is Laga. He's got a man up the seam, couldn't get rid of the football, and down goes Cooper Laga. And on the sack is number 54, Brig Adams.
But it was the pressure of Andrew Dean from behind that really pushed him into that sack, Dusty. Laga felt it. Dean bearing down on him, and Laga steps up and right into the awaiting hands of Adams for the sack.
We move inside of a minute to go here in the first quarter of this 4A semifinal. And it's been all defense. Bringing man in motion, fake the fly sweep, and it is Rafael Cooper picking his way to the 36-yard line, almost to the 35. And now, I don't know if we have a penalty.
Penalty flag, yep.
Skyview pointing toward Orem.
Yeah, I'm guessing a hold. You can see a little bit of a grab right there. Not sure if that's what they called or maybe had one. I think I was looking at a different one than what they called. It might have been on the left side of the screen there. And oh, there you go. Interesting, because Skyview was celebrating. Dusty. I mean, it was looking like they thought this was going to back him up. Let's have another look at a chop block was the calling right there. Boy, I don't know about that.
He's getting blocked.
Yeah, I mean, they called number 2 going right at the legs of Hunter Hill. And now discussing him in Skyview's, I think, pleading, trying to say, wait, what? And you can see Logan Karen there. Logan Karen, the man who drew the flag, and he's a little uncertain what he did wrong.
He guessed wrong. He gets called
for
a penalty, and I think Everybody a little surprised at that. We'll move the ball to the 26-yard line. Is I don't blame head coach. I always want to say Coach Anderson, but I know it's not him. Danilo Robinson.
Andrill,
probably.
Yep. Yeah, of course, he knew now at Green Canyon, the new high school up there in the northern part of Cache Valley.
Coach Andrill ran such a great program here for Skyview.
Yep.
Think back on Jace Hill and some of those other quarterbacks and teams he had over the last few years. Looking to throw, going to go to Nakua. Got some separation. Puka goes up, gets the ball, and it is an Orem Tiger touchdown.
2 flags on the play. There's one right inside the 20, another one that was thrown from the far boundary official, but this is one where Puka Nakua just goes up and wins. And Dusty, you pointed out, I mean, that whole offensive line was inside the 20. You could have taken your pick of the illegal man down the field, and that's going to bring this one back.
Bring back the points, too.
Yeah, and takes 23 off the board for Puka.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
And you see his athleticism. I know you talked about it earlier on that first pass, but you saw it again right there.
I mean, Cooper Laga is really talented, and I don't mean this to, but it's really easy to be a quarterback when you've got Puka Nakua. I mean, when you have that can just go up, I mean, can out-jump everyone on the field, is lengthier than anyone on the field. I mean, if I'm Laga, every play I'm just letting Puka go in the air, especially with the way the game's officiated these days and pass interference penalties. Take advantage of that all game long.
Timeout taken on the field by Orem, and we'll take it with him. 19 seconds left in the first quarter. It is 0-0 here in the 4A semifinal. Out of the timeout, it is 1st and 15 for the Tigers. Laga looking, fires, complete for the first down inside the 15-yard line. And on the reception was Jackson Williams. 1st and 10 for Orem.
Boy, Williams wide open, and nice catch made in space and picking up the first down after Orem got backed up on the illegal man downfield penalty.
And that's the end of the first quarter, and at the end of one quarter, we stand 0-0 in the 4A semifinal. The winner takes on Mountain Crest. Caught me whistling earlier, got me humming there. Hey, baby, it's the start of the second quarter. Play action. Laga fires into the flat. The catch is made. Hit at the 5, and it is a 1st and goal for the Orem Tigers as Trevor Rocky got inside the 5-yard line to the 3.
And this is the offense from Orem that I expected to see more of in the first half. I mean, you mix in the run game, but right now, Laga working off the play action. Fantastic job to find Rocky wide open and able to take this and set it up with 1st and goal.
Laga turns and hands. Bounces outside and is cut down. Making the stop for Skyview was Caleb Christensen, and on the carry was Kinesi.
Boy, just not much room. I mean, Skyview's been solid against the run. See, just waiting right for him. Christensen, as you mentioned, fantastic job of lowering the pads and upending Kinesi for no gain.
Nakua at the top of the screen, and Laga, a rare play under center.
Boy, look at that size advantage up top.
I think we're seeing a fade route. Goes to Puka, goes up, and nice defense. Got inside of him. Terrific D, and it pass falls incomplete.
Caleb Christensen. Don't doubt the little man, Dusty. 5'10", but what a play by Christensen to match the vertical from Puka Nakua and knock the ball away. Just got to do that 1, maybe 2 more times, huh? Doesn't get any easier. Same formation for the Tigers on 3rd down.
3rd and goal, I formation. It'll be Kinesi, bounces off his own man, and he'll be short of the goal line, and now it'll be 4th and goal. And you've heard me talk about it, Dane, that goal line stand that this team had against Mountain Crest, and this is eerily similar to that goal line stand against the Mustangs.
And this is one where Kinesi just runs into his own man. I mean, you see the penetration by this defense, and getting in the backfield was Kobe Wilson for Skyview. Pushed back that offensive line, and Kinesi couldn't get going. By the time he did, there was a whole heap of Bobcats.
Staying in the I formation, that is Nakua in motion. And it'll be play action. Got a wide open man, does Laga, but he's going to run to the end zone. Touchdown, Orem Tigers. Cooper Laga does it himself, calls his own number, and with 10:05 remaining in the first half, the Tigers get on the board.
You mentioned, Dusty, the play action, and look at that spin off. Beautiful job by Enoch Fiso, but Laga just going to utilize his speed. We mentioned leads the team in rushing. He's got the speed to do it and beats Skyview to the end zone. First points of the game going the way of the Tigers.
Snap is down. The kick is good. And Orem strikes first. It took a little longer than we thought it would with 10:05 remaining in the half. Tigers on the board, and they lead 7-0 over Skyview in the 4A semifinal. Christensen and Stokes waiting on this kick. Esplin puts a foot to it. And it goes into the end zone. And we'll bring it out. 10:04 remaining in the half.
Dusty, we mentioned before that last drive the short fields that Skyview was giving to the Orem Tigers. And, I mean, you look at this ball game, and, you know, so if you've listened to our broadcast before, you know, one of the things I try to do is keep some unofficial stats. And boy, I mean, Skyview with just 20 offensive yards, and for Orem, I mean, they got some things working in that second quarter to start things off, but the offense, it's not like it's been moving up and down the field. Skyview's just kind of giving them good field position. They took advantage.
And here is Stokes. Makes a nice move, and Stokes is cut down, and on the stop was Chris Daly.
Right now, if you're Skyview, I think you need to put together a couple of first downs. And when we talk about the passing game of Sidaway, you know, Orem tried to establish that run a little earlier, and now they're letting Legault sling it a little bit. And I think it might be time to let Sidaway start to open up this offense if you're Skyview.
Gonna set up the screen. And he's got Foslev. Mason making a number of moves, and a flag comes in at the end of that play as Foslev right now has a first down at the 33-yard line, but that might be changing here.
You know, one of the things that goes unstated in some of these games is the athleticism of our officials. How about that flag? I mean, that one was a 20-yard throw. And Dusty, we were talking to some officials before an earlier game, and they said in the first half of that Springville semifinal with Lehigh, they ran 2 miles on their little Fitbit tracker. And so, you know, officials get a lot of guff. They pick up this flag, no penalty, but got some athletes down there wearing the zebra stripes.
Not just weekend warriors either.
That's right.
And they picked up the flag because you can throw a screen pass that men down the field as long as that ball is completed behind the line of scrimmage, which it was. And Stokes on first down gets to the 35-yard line, and it'll be second down and 9.
Another tackle on the play for Orem by Tenney. And I'm not keeping stats of tackles, but that's got to be 3 or 4 already. And we're just barely into the second quarter here. He's been all over for the Orem defense.
Ball's away. Oh, nearly intercepted. It looked like Sean Anderson had that one for sure, but it falls incomplete.
Orem brings the blitz right up the middle. Double linebackers coming, and it forces Sidaway to get rid of the ball early. The entire secondary drops for the Tigers, and they nearly come away with what would have been a big interception, having scored on their last drive. You're starting to feel like the offense feeling good, the defense now starting to feel good for Orem.
Skyview going to check with me. Running the Oklahoma State offense. And a timeout called by the Bobcats. Timeout taken by Skyview. We'll take it with them. 7-0 Orem in the 4A semifinals. Out of the timeout.
How about 4 receivers to the bottom of the screen on third down?
Sidaway rolls near side to the 4 receiver side. Fires, nearly intercepted again. He said, hey, I almost got you up the middle. Now I almost got you to the side. Sean Anderson ball hawking right now.
Yikes. Another really dangerous throw by Sidaway. You have a look at this, and Anderson just coming underneath. Fantastic coverage. There were not a lot of options. I mean, Orem was all over that in the secondary. Pass intended for Foslev, and boy, second throw where I think Sidaway is fortunate to not have those intercepted.
Mason Foslev out the punt once again. Puka Nakua hanging out around the 40-yard line. You see some short kicks. Haven't seen the long one here from Mason Foslev. A lot of pressure on that again, and Foslev gets away an end-over-end kick that takes a Tiger bounce toward the 40-yard line. It'll be Tiger football at the 38.
You know, and really interesting on this punt, Dusty. I mean, you said a lot of pressure, but after the pressure, I mean, there was a lineman for Orem that engaged Falslev and shoved him to the ground. I mean, I don't know a definition of roughing the punter other than that. He's not a wide receiver on the play. He's a punter. And he got up and he was looking around like, what have I got to do? And officials, I'm not sure what the explanation was, but no flag from the crew on the field.
Nakua at the top of the screen. We see him throw a couple of deep balls the way of Puka Nakua. And it is play action. Laga gets away from that pressure, fires complete. And then a block came in late, but it is a first down reception for Enoch Fiso.
Didn't hit him for the touchdown. He'll hit him here on first down, and Fiso just sitting down. A nice job by Fiso taking this across midfield, and mentioned that rhythm. You started to feel it on that last drive that the Orem offense starting to settle in, and they're picking up right where they left off.
Two receivers to each side for Laga. Fires complete near side. Still staying on his feet and wrestling his way. Has a first down. That is Zach Ortiz. Apparently, he is short of the first down marker. 1 yard shy of the first down. But he did go out of bounds at 7:43 remaining here in the half.
Couple of crossing routes, and what it does is open up the outside, and a great identification from Laga, seeing the man coverage and his wide receiver just running a straight comeback. Coverage over the top, so pick up the 9 and have a 2nd and short.
And it is Cooper coming near side, and Cooper has the first down and scoots out of bounds. And Raphael moves the chains. Fresh set of downs for Orem.
Pickup of 4 yards, and once again you have the pulling tackle you see right there. Number 77, Peterson, out in front, and nice job for Cooper just to follow him. And then when the hole's there to turn up field, pick up 4 yards and move the chains again for this Orem offense.
Nakua and Fiso at the top of the screen, 2 receivers near side.
My bad, that was actually the center pulling there.
And it'll be Nakua on the screen. Puka showing his athleticism. Puka to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, and waltzes into the end zone. Touchdown, but there is a flag on the play, if we have not said that enough tonight.
Officially, Puka Nakua still doesn't have a reception yet, pending the outcome of this. But we have seen 3 plays where, oh my goodness, I mean, he is the best athlete on the field. And this one is coming back. I mean, how about the talent of Puka Nakua to step through everyone and then you just see him turn around like, come join me, fellas. Unfortunately, the flag, take the celebration of the points off the board again. 2nd time tonight.
Somewhere in the Philippines, Simi Fajoko is walking around thinking, wow, I feel kind of protected. And he doesn't know why. Well, Simi, your family can tweet at you and Facebook message you and let you know that your touchdown record was tied, but not really, because no touchdowns came off the board.
Oh, goodness.
As Simi Fajoko starting his LDS mission in the Philippines. For the rare 1st and 7 after the block in the back. And it is a give to Cooper, and Raphael won't go down. And finally spun to the ground and gets to the 29-yard line, a gain of 1. And it'll be 2nd down and 6.
You know what we've seen a couple times in this first half has been Skyview just trying to hit. And it's a game of tackling, wrapping up and taking guys to the ground. And when you look at carries in this first half, and another example there by Cooper, you can't just lower the pads and hit them and expect them to fall over. Orem's big, they're physical, they're fast. Got to wrap these guys up and take them down.
Fake the fly sweep and give to Raphael Cooper. And he gets to the 26-yard line, a gain of 3. And it'll be 3rd and 3 for the Tigers.
And with the way this offense is moving, a ton of options for the Orem Tigers. The athleticism of Laga. You've got, obviously, Nakua that's got the size and athletic matchup on the outside. And then Cooper's running it well right now.
Nakua, the near side receiver, with Fiso in the slot. Play action, fire to Fiso, makes the grab and has the first down. And Fiso cut down at the 17-yard line. But that is a first down for the Orem Tigers.
And it's the same thing again. You see the out route by Fiso. Able to get it there by Laga. A couple dives at the feet, and Fiso able to pick up 10 yards and the first down for Orem.
First and 10 at the 16. Play action. Fires wide to Nakua. Puka makes a move. Still powering his way near the first down marker. Out of bounds at the 12-yard line. He'll be a yard shy. It'll be second down and 1.
Boy, definition of respect right here. I mean, the matchup is Nakua versus Christensen. And Christensen is playing 10 yards off. And that time, Lagas sees it, sees the separation, says, hey, I'm going to get this ball to the best athlete on the field, let him do work, and it goes for 9.
And Christensen's just going to be matched up man-to-man. He's going wherever Nakua's going. Don't call him Richard Sherman. Give to Kinesi, and Kinesi has the first down. It'll be first and goal, Tigers at the 3.
And right now, I love the balance that we're seeing from Orem, right? We're mixing in the passing game, the running game. Kinesi's feeling good. Unofficially 8 carries, 24 yards. It feels like he's had more yards than that. Again, these all unofficial. But it's been a good job of balancing the passing attack and the rushing attack here in the second quarter for Orem, knocking on the doorstep.
Nakua in the slot, the bottom of the screen. It is a give and a touchdown. Trevor Rocky into the end zone. Touchdown. Orem Tigers.
Double back set, and you see, look at the lead up by Kinesi. He actually doesn't have to lay the pads on anyone because the hole was so wide open, but Kinesi ahead, Rocky to fill in behind, and Orem with the 2-possession lead.
Esplin on for the point after. And the kick is up and good. 5:02 remaining in the half as the Tigers 14. Bobcats looking for their first score. You are watching the 4A semifinals on the Watch It Network. Christensen and Stokes back deep for this kickoff from Esplin. Right now it is Orem leading 14-0 as the Bobcats still trying to find their offense here in the 4A semifinal. It'll be taken from the 10-yard line, and Christensen gets to the 26 on the return. And it'll be a 74-yard field ahead of Sidaway and the Bobcats. Well, we know our other championship games. We have the 2:30 game for the 6A, Bingham East. The 6:30 game, the nightcap, will be Sky Ridge and Lehigh. And now we're just trying to fill in that morning slot. Will it be an all Cache Valley matchup? Well, right now, Orem has something to say about that. It's Mountain Crest waiting for the winner of this ball game. Play action, Sidaway. He's going deep, looking for Foslev. And that falls incomplete. It is almost too bad Puka Nacua doesn't play defense, and you see two of the best basketball players in the state go at it too.
Yeah, no, you're right. But, you know, Chris Daly isn't too bad. Fantastic job. I mean, Falslev's out there, and Falslev's a big kid. This kid's 6'3", the sophomore, and Chris Daly is on the outside, and it's what Sidaway liked about it. He had the inside to his big, tall receiver, but Daly there just able to kind of body him inside and not allow him to run underneath that throw.
Setting up a screen to Stokes. And he's got some room in front of him, and Stokes has a first down. Tanner Stokes gets to the 38-yard line. Move the chains for the Bobcats.
Orem brings the blitz, and it's a great recognition that time by Sidaway, waiting and just dumping it off to Stokes. Lineman down the field to help take up some of that second level, and it's a nice first down.
And it'll be Stokes on the carry on first down. And Stokes gets to the 43-yard line.
Look at the left of your screen there. And, I mean, right now, Orem is, hey, if you touch the ball, we're coming after you. And we don't really care. And, I mean, even a hit on Sidaway well after that ball's away.
There's Stokes. And Tanner gets across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Will be third down and 2 for the Bobcats.
Hurrying up to the line here, trying to catch Orem out of position. Showing blitz up the middle.
And got him to jump. Orem came across. It'll be a first down for Skyview. Right now, their most productive drive of the game.
Yeah, and they need it. They've got 2 timeouts remaining, 3:42, trailing by 2 possessions. I mean, it'd be big for Skyview to go down here and get points. Dusty, you're Mr. Encyclopedia. Is it the Tigers that received the second half kick? I was thinking it was. I thought Skyview started.
I think you're right, if I remember right. No, it's long-term memory.
Oh, sorry.
Rolling near side, throws back to a wide-open receiver. Plenty of room in front of him inside the 30. To the 25, and now to the 20-yard line. And on the catch and run for the Bobcats is number 80. We don't have an 87. Why don't you tell me what movie you want to see? First and 10, Bobcats.
Oh, man, I would love to give credit. We'll give credit for the play call. Once again, you see that 4-receiver formation to the bottom of the screen, and it's a throw back, Dusty. Last time they brought everybody over. Orem flowed with it. This time they fill in that backside. Nobody home for the Tigers, and it's a huge play for Skyview.
Timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. 3:21 remaining in the half. Bobcats on the move. Welcome back. 3:21 remaining in the half. Empty set here for Sidaway. Fires complete near a first down to the 11-yard line. And again, our unnamed number 87 with another reception. Even upstairs didn't have it. So I was waiting for Jeff to help me out, but we move inside of 3 minutes. On the give is Stokes. He bounces it outside, upended. Lost the football, and they're saying, no, he's down. Saying he's down. I hope he's okay, as he was cut. Right now it's a 1st and goal for the Bobcats.
Heavy formation to the bottom of the screen, and they just run right behind all of their big linemen, tight ends, and it's Stokes able to pick up the first down despite an athletic flip at the end, not by choice.
4 receivers at the top of the screen. That's where Sidaway rolls. He's got a man open in the end zone. He can't get the ball out, and he is leveled at around the 5-yard line. You got a big fellow. Sometimes it's nicer just to get rid of the ball. And I believe it was Billy Tenney that made him pay for it at the 5.
Boy, he did have a man wide open in the back of the end zone, but hard. When you've got Orem players coming right at you from behind as well as in front of you, it's hard to have the confidence to make that throw. And Sidaway, rather than risking it, understand it has been a good long drive. Don't want to force anything. And having a second down opportunity here from the 5.
We've seen a load of different formations in this drive. Bringing man in motion. And now we have a penalty flag. And the offensive lineman came loose as Brig Adams. So it'll remain second and goal, but now from the 10-yard line. Sidaway rolling away from pressure. Still looking, still looking. Now he gives room, still looking. Now fires as far as he can. Jump ball. Mason Falsland pulls it in. Touchdown, Bobcats. How about that?
I'm going to say the longest 10-yard touchdown pass you'll ever see. Pressure here on Sidaway, and how about this? The little step back, create a few extra seconds. And when he threw this, I thought this had interception written all over it. Look at Orem defenders in front, and somehow Mason Falslev goes up for, not the rebound, but the touchdown.
And a blocked extra point. There's no return. There's no return. They got to get these kids to hold off. You always think something bad's going to happen right there. But Orem gets through and blocks the extra point, but the Bobcats get on the board with the jump ball, 30-yard, 10-yard touchdown. And it's 14-6 with 1:21 remaining in the half. .121 remaining in the half. And let's see if maybe the Bobcats try to catch something off guard here with the Orem Tigers. They're going to kick it away. And we'll have a return from inside the 5-yard line. And finds a seam and a nice return as Ben Daly. And it's nice field position at the 39-yard line, but Daly's slow to get up.
Yeah, it looks like he tried to get up and then couldn't put the weight on, and see him trying to shake out that leg. You hope that he's okay. Both Dalys, Ben and Chris, wear number 3 and 4 respectively, a pair of seniors. They've both been really good, both listed as corners. They've been solid, had nice first halves for the Orem Tigers in this semifinal.
But he realizes it's cold when you get tackled on that stuff.
Yeah.
Now, granted, it's not the old carpet or the old turf that some of those other semifinals and championships we got to watch down here.
Well, and for Orem, it is cold. For Skyview, it's just another summer day.
You would know. You're an Aggie.
That's right. I've been up there. This ain't nothing.
And we have a delay of game. Not very often you have a delay of game after a kickoff, but here is one. It'll be 1st and 15 for the Orem Tigers. And on first down, Laga looking deep. Nice coverage downfield. We have a flag that came flying out. This has been a penalty-laden second quarter.
Yeah, good coverage on the play. Initial routes covered. Orem, receivers trying to get open down the field and just couldn't shake anyone loose. There's one near the first down marker. There's also one back in the backfield around the 24.
It's offsetting holding penalties. And we replay the down. So remain 1st and 15.
You know, Dusty, let me take a moment here just to, well, former coworker of ours would just, I think he'd not be very happy if we didn't point out, you know, a lot of times you see athletes with unique shoes. How about the unique shoes of number 76, Sua Matiai? Well, I'll let you correct me on that one.
Mataya, I think.
But the guard showing some dress, huh?
Cooper Laga takes off. And it'll be 2nd down and 9. And somewhere Rufus Sprague is sitting there thinking,
right.
Wait, someone's talking about me.
Hey,
somebody.
You know what? It's all about impressions, man. You see Laga here, and nice job stepping up. Just recognizing opportunity to take some yards, and we'll take him quickly.
Quickly, Cooper Laga going deep. Intercepted. How about that interception? Mercy. Is Jackson Sidaway? I thought it said number 5. No, it's number 6, Damian Dubon.
How about a hashtag DNRT5, Dusty, a top 5 nominee. I mean, I thought it was a great play by the corner to deflect it away from Nakua, but then out of nowhere comes the interception, a fantastic play by Dubon, and with 30 seconds left, I mean, Orem's trying to get down and score. Boy, that may be a play that we look back at the end of this game and think, holy cow, that changes things for the Skyview Bobcats.
Wow, that was something else.
That was incredible.
And right now you feel old Mo is starting to wear a gray jersey. Play action, Sidaway. He's going deep. He's got a defender on the back end of that, and he can't haul it in. Could have been, should have been intercepted by Ethan Slade, but he couldn't haul it in. And it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Boy, interesting. A lot of Tigers back there. And Sidaway's just chucking, trying to get big yards, hoping that his receivers come up with plays. And this Orem team can strike quickly. I'm not sure if you want to throw an interception on your own side of the 50.
Pressure coming from Orem. Sidaway over the middle, makes the connection. And it'll be 1st down after the catch is made by Ryder Lundahl, who got popped when he made the grab.
By Nakua, I thought. It was number 12 who was back there for Orem.
And it probably was Nakua as he's hanging around the 40-yard line.
Yep.
10
Deep
seconds.
safety.
Could be the final play of the half. Sidaway gets away from one. Sidaway out of bounds, and that's how the half will end. A fun end to the first half, and I think this second half is going to be outstanding. So at the end of 2 quarters, it's Orem 14, Skyview 6. Head in the locker rooms. Enjoy the halftime. Dane Stewart and I will be back. You're watching the 4A semifinals on the Watch It Network. Welcome back to Rice-Eccles Stadium. Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart with you. Orem leads Skyview 14-6 in the second 4A semifinal. It'll be the winner of this game taking on the Mountain Crest Mustangs. And right now, there are plenty of people in Cache Valley watching this that would love to see an all Cache Valley championship game. But Orem, in their first semifinal since 1996, they've not won a state championship since 1994. But what we do know is when they made the semifinals in the last 21 years, they make it to the championship game. Dane and they lead 14-6. And what could be, let's be honest, could be 28-6 had it not been for 2 penalties.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. I mean, yardage-wise, this game has been very competitive. But boy, Orem has had 2 touchdowns taken off the board, and largely due to penalties that had no bearing on the outcome of the play, Dusty.
Yeah.
And so for me, it's one of those things where, I mean, this could very easily be slanted largely in favor of the Orem Tigers. Skyview very fortunate to have this game where it is. Now they got to take advantage and get another defensive stop to get back and tie this ball game.
And we will start with the Orem Tigers. The kick taken inside the 5-yard line. And there, again, another nice return coming from Ben Daly. And good field position for the Tigers.
Well, good to see him back on. Remember, he kind of limped off near the end of that first half. And
kind of limping
actually,
off
was it Ben or Chris?
No, it was Ben.
Okay, all right.
2 nice returns for Ben Daly. Both times he got up a little bit, a little limp there. And but a chance to see Lagat and the offense once again. They found a little bit of their bearings there at the end of the half with some short fields. And they have a 70-yard field ahead of them here to the goal line.
Those 2 touchdowns off the board we mentioned to Puka Nakua. Only 1 reception for Nakua, 9 yards in that first half.
And coming near side with Rafael Cooper. And Cooper is dropped for a short gain. Teaming up on the tackle was Morris and also Durant. And it'll be 2nd down and 9.
Cooper had a nice first half for these Orem Tigers. And this, again, you see pulling linemen leading the way. But tell you what, Skyview's done a nice job with some of these linemen. They've really stalled them and not allowed them to get up the field. We've seen it both with both interior runs and runs around the edge where Skyview just making them stand straight up and the backs running into them and halting the progress of the run play.
Nakua near side with Ortiz inside of him. Play action, fire complete to Ortiz. Ortiz has the first down and leans to midfield, and it is 1st and 10, Tigers at the 50.
Boy, and we've mentioned, Dusty, that the way that this game has gone and the way that Skyview is electing to defend Puka Nakua has been to just allow Christensen to defend him. Well, what that does is when you have that underneath route and Nakua goes up the sideline, there's no one there to pick up Fiso. And so Fiso turns it upfield for a 19-yard gain, an easy throw by Lagat, and a nice run after the catch by Fiso.
Never get to the point you trust your memory all the time. Fire complete to Rocky, and Rocky had a touchdown earlier at the 30-yard line. No, the official saying he stepped out of bounds at the 35, and Rocky does not agree. But Mickey says, get back here, and you're going to be at the 35. But on top of that, there's a yellow hanky hanging out at the 41-yard line.
And if this is a roughing the passer penalty, if I'm Skyview, I'm going to just lose my mind.
Did he? It looked pretty convincing there. Can we scrub that back just 1 second there, Thompson, back to where we thought maybe he stepped out at the 35-yard line? Do a little producing on air. I mean,
watch the left foot here, particularly around the 35-yard line, I think is where you're going to see it. That left foot, I think that's out of bounds. I mean, it is close. It's hard to see the white on white, but and Dusty, they do get a roughing the passer penalty. And I mean, the contact was there, but I'll tell you, there have been 2 or 3 hits on Jackson Sidaway or even Mason Falslev punting that have gone uncalled. If I'm Skyview, I'm like, hey, where was that in the first half? A big penalty there on the Skyview Bobcat defense.
Roughing the passer on Duncan McCray puts the ball at the 20-yard line for the Tigers. Play action, Lagat rolling near side, and he fires complete to Rocky once again, and Rocky has a first down at the 13-yard line. Or pardon me, it's not a first down. It'll be 2nd down and 3.
How about this start for Lagat here in the second half? 3 of 3, I think, 41 yards passing. Looking good here in the early portion. You see him just that stutter step by in time, and Rocky underneath with the reception, and takes a pop going out of bounds.
And it'll be Cooper on the carry, has a first down. And it'll be 1st and goal from the 8-yard line for Orem.
Boy, and a tackle here that maybe saves a touchdown. Great blocking up front by this Tiger front. And we mentioned that Skyview in that first half did a lot of good things to kind of prohibit the ground game of Orem. Just had under 50 yards rushing that first half, but that time a nice lane for Cooper. Able to pick up 5 and set up a 1st and goal.
And it'll be a hand to Cooper. Cooper to the 5, still on his feet to the 3. It'll be second and goal from the, well, they mark him at the 4.
Yeah, good alertness here as you see Cooper come down and never down. Well, there's the elbow trying to stretch ahead, but saw that in one of our previous games, Dusty, rolling over a defender and able to pick up a couple of extra yards. Being alert and recognizing where you're at.
Nakua and Fiso near side. To the top targets for Cooper Laga. Gonna roll near side, looking for Nakua, makes a grab, reaches for the pylon, he has it, touchdown! Puka Nakua, number 23 on the season. There are no flags, this one stands.
I was just gonna say, now wait. No yellow flags, and this is a pretty easy route. Good throw. I mean, look at Christensen. He's right there, just a step behind Nakua. You see him reach across to get inside of the pylon, and 23, Dusty, 1 away from tying the single-season touchdown reception mark set by Simi Fehoko.
Snap down, kick is up from Esplin, and it is good. 9:11 remaining in the third quarter. It's 21-6 Orem. They lead Skyview in the 4A semifinals. Stokes and Christensen back deep for this kick from Esplin. Stokes and Christensen waiting around the 10-yard line. Esplin got a good foot into that one, and Christensen goes in the end zone, and now a chance for Jackson Sidaway and the Bobcats, who were moving the ball very, very well to close the half. Well, now they got to answer. They got to answer the bell. Down 21-6. This is a team that that's undefeated on the season. They want to force an all Cache Valley championship game. Dane, they better get on their horse.
Yeah, they'd better, and it's a situation that they haven't experienced a ton, Dusty. It's a team that has usually just been outpacing the opponent. I mean, that Mountain Crest game was close, but right now in a bit of an unfamiliar situation.
Stokes just got back to the line of scrimmage, and on the stop was number 50, Andrew Toa, making the stop. And it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Not a lot of room there, and that's been the story of this ball game, Dusty. I mean, unofficially, I think that Skyview had about 20 yards rushing in that first half.
Sidaway, quick set, fired to Stokes, and Tanner Stokes gets to the 23-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 7. made the stop. You see Stokes there. He's frustrated. He thought he had more on that ball. More on that catch and run. Sit away. Fire to the outside. That pass is complete. Pulled out of bounds. And they're going to give him the first down. I mean, Jake Digert with the first down.
Have another look at this. That ball, boy, right near the 30. I'm not sure if the ball ever crossed it. I mean, I think for Skyview, Digert was there. I'm not sure if the ball got there.
So
Dusty?
Mark, yeah, I didn't think so either. But I've been wrong a couple times tonight. Sit-away gives to, well, it's not Stokes, but the biggest run of the ball game for the Bobcats out to the 45-yard line goes Cole Stokes. He's pretty stoked for the opportunity, and it's 1st and 10 from the 45.
So it was Stokes, just a different Stokes. And look at him just squeeze right through. A fantastic job. His first carry of the night, Dusty, but big yardage on the play, 15 yards.
Different Stokes. Pressure coming, and down he goes. Tenney with the sack on Sit-away. Mark him at the 36-yard line, but Tenney, he's had a pretty good game.
I might have a new favorite player, Dusty. This kid is all over, and another look. I mean, just nothing they can do. The rush of Tenney, able to beat the offensive line, and solid.
Two receivers to the near side. 2nd down and 19 after the sack from Tenney. Sit-away sets up a screen. This is Tanner Stokes. And Tanner dives across the 40-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and long as we have a Bobcat injured on the play. We'll take it with him. 6.5 remaining in the 3rd quarter. It's 21-6 Orem. It was Brig Adams who was injured, but he gets off the field on his own power. And it'll be Sit-away to throw. Deep over the middle. Knocked away. Nice defense from Sean Anderson. That's his 3rd pass defense tonight. And it is 4th down, and the punting unit will come on with Mason Foslev.
Very easily could have been his 3rd interception, Dusty. And this is one that I just don't know if Sit-away sees him or expects this. Look at that. Boy, just coming right in front of the intended target and right off the chest pad. Incomplete.
So Nakua hanging out around the 25-yard line on this punt from Mason Foslev. And it's a good kick taken by Nakua. Coming near side, Puka trying to get away from the defender. Spun him around, and a ball's loose. And Skyview says they have it. They're still celebrating like they have it, but the ball yet to be declared possession.
And now a late penalty flag coming in, Dusty. And you know, one of the questions is sometimes you get those scrums and players leap in there. You can sometimes see flags come in those situations. Skyview saying they have it.
And we still have nothing from an official.
There it is.
There it is. Skyview football.
Well, it's a good thing those Orem Tiger uniforms aren't made by Nike, huh?
What does that mean?
Because the basketball Nike uniforms have been tearing.
Well, Nakua still has the
Nakua
ball.
has the ball. Now discussing, but the white hat pointed. I mean, he made a clear signal it was Skyview football.
This feels like, remember, I don't know if you recall this or not, Dan, you say you don't remember last week. There was an Oklahoma-Oregon game where Oklahoma recovered the onside kick and they still gave it to Oregon. And it was a penalty against Orem. Nakua satisfied by the explanation from the official. And it'll be 1st and goal for the Bobcats at the 9-yard line.
Well, that makes things more interesting here, Dusty. I mean, Orem with a chance to really get the ball and go down and put this game away. And Nakua just trying to make something out of nothing. Thought that he had an opportunity and ends up coughing it up. And Skyview in good field position here to start 1st and goal.
Cole Stokes, the lone setback, and it'll be play action. Sudaway still looking. Now fires backside, and that's intercepted. Intercepted. Anderson finally gets his interception. He had a shot at a number of them, and he'll bring it out to the 20-yard line. The fumble is null and void.
You know, Jackson Sudaway is thrown in those situations a couple times. It's better to throw this ball away, and you see right now, I think feeling a little bit of pressure. Got to make something. Just dump this ball underneath. See 8 right there? He's got him inside, could pick up 5 yards easy. Instead, tries to force one to the end zone, and it's Anderson coming up with the interception and a big turnover created by this Orem defense.
What Sudaway forgot is he's supposed to throw it to the other side of the U when you're throwing like that right now.
Oh, yeah. Good point, Dusty.
That end zone.
Good point. No, I mean, to me, bring the eyes down. You've got Cole Smith
Agreed.
right in the flat, and he's maybe able to lower the shoulder pad and take it in the end zone. If nothing else, you've got 2nd and goal inside the 5, but really forcing that ball to the end zone, and that's a big play in this ball game.
Out comes Laga and the offense, just to play later than they thought they would be. Looking to throw. Laga over the middle. It's Nakua. And Puka gets near the 30-yard line of the 29. It'll be 2nd down and 1.
Right to the vacated area. The middle linebacker coming up on a blitz, and you see right there, 51 through the middle. Nakua just settling down 5 yards, turn around, pick up an extra couple after the reception. Nice recognition by Laga and Nakua.
Fake the fly sweep and go to Cooper. And nice job of knifing through as our unnamed man, number 87, comes through and gets the stop.
Nice play made by the defense. And 87, you know, we had a look at the halftime stats, and no one had him. I mean, the stats were just listed to 87.
Cody Wilson. Okay, Cody Wilson's number 87. Rolling near side, Laga tucks and runs.
Got to get across 30.
He has the 1st down and scoot out of bounds at the 36. Nice job by Laga, and it is 1st and 10 for the Tigers.
You mentioned it. Good recognition here. Laga, and this is what we didn't see from Sudaway. Laga not forcing it, seeing that he's got a bit of room to work with. Utilizing that speed to get around the linebacker Lundahl and pick up the 1st down for Orem.
1st and 10 from the 35. Fiso in motion. Gonna fire to Fiso. And Fiso still struggling, trying to get to the 1st down marker. So mark him at the 1st down marker at the 45-yard line. It will be another fresh set of downs for Orem.
Fiso's been good today as well, Dusty. He's been the leader in receptions and yardage for this passing attack. And I mentioned just had him come across the formation. And nice catch made by number 1 to get to the sticks and pick up the 1st.
Laga on 1st down. That ball is incomplete. Intended for Zach Ortiz.
Boy, maybe one that got there a little quicker than Skyview maybe anticipated. Had a couple players that looked like they could have made a play on the football, but that ball kind of jumped right on them before they could get the hands up and do anything with it. How about both these quarterbacks tonight, Dusty? All the talk about the passing game and their touchdowns and interceptions, and both of them with one touchdown and one pick here in the third quarter. Defenses have been they've been good.
Laga, he was looking deep. They had it bracketed on Nakua, and Laga picks up another first down with his feet. Terrific job by Cooper Laga.
A late penalty flag. Dusty again thrown from the back judge up near the sticks, and I think this might be a personal foul on that O-line of the Tigers. Look at the blocking up front. We talked a little bit earlier about Samatai, number 76, and a couple of big blocks. It must be the shoes.
Oh, there's
right
the block.
there.
Ortiz with a slobber knocker. And I'm not so sure I agree with that because it's within the play.
He's coming back to block for the quarterback. And to me, a defenseless player, if you're not, I mean.
And he's looking at it.
We're going to blame defenders for, or we're going to blame offensive players for defenders not looking for where they're going. I mean, to me, you see him sizing it up. I mean, to me, he's trying to free space for his quarterback. It's a big hit. It's a hard hit. But
I get the change you're trying to make, right? It's like, hey, you could just as much just get in front of him and shield him off than coming back and making a slobber knocker of a block.
But when you go into those hits and you're not intent on laying the hit, oftentimes you're going to take the worst of it.
That's very true. Screen pass to Nakua, and Nakua is brought down at the original line of, the original line of scrimmage at the 45-yard line. And the hard part for me, too, I thought maybe you give him the first down as well for the personal foul, the yard gain, but they did not. And it's now 3rd and 10, double compounding the situation.
Yeah, I mean, that's just one that, you don't have to necessarily like the rules, right?
Yep. 3rd and 10 for the Tigers. Laga fires complete, and it's Fiso with the first down. Fiso, you focus on Nakua and a couple others, and man, this kid just thrives.
He's the security blanket, Dusty, and I mean, you're going to cover Nakua, fine. We'll just go to Fiso. He's been short-handed today. You look at him and a big body in Fiso, 6'2". This is a tight end outside linebacker, and boy, I believe that, but can absorb those hits, go to the sticks, and get upfield, get first downs. He's been, honestly, I didn't have him on my radar coming into this one. He's been a nice surprise for me.
It is Laga coming near side, spins out of one tackle, and is spun down to the 35-yard line. And it'll be 2nd down and short.
Is that the first time we've seen the zone read mixed in tonight?
Pretty close.
I'm trying to remember if we've seen that before. We've seen a lot of runs from Orem, but I don't recall seeing the zone read. It's an aspect that they've had this year. I just don't think that we've seen it here tonight.
Yeah, I don't recall even like a run pass option.
Yeah.
A rare play where Puka Nakua is not on the field. Laga fires. Oh, that was a dangerous pass. Undercutting that ball was Ryder Lundahl. Lucky for Laga and the Tigers, it fell incomplete.
Yeah, fantastic read that time by Lundahl. Reading it the entire way, just following the eyes of Laga and making a nice break on the ball. If he's another half step up the field, Dusty, I think that's an interception going the other way. Now Laga probably chases him down, but that's a big swing.
Third down and 3. And there is an RPO. Still got to get rid of the football. Laga retreating. Not a wise decision. Down he goes.
Another penalty flag in on the play, Dusty. And boy, this one could be absolutely killing to the Skyview Bobcats.
And it was Wilson, I believe, with the sack. But we'll have to sort out the flags.
Looks like it'll be on Orem. They're looking to the Skyview sideline for the decision. You know, it's 3rd and 3, and it's a one read real quick for Laga. Pulls that ball out, looks at Fiso. Fiso's covered right at the sticks, and Laga then tries to run. And this defense for Skyview does a fantastic job of getting behind the line, getting off blocks, and tackling Laga for a big loss and setting up the punt.
If memory serves, this is the first punt for the Tigers. And it's a fake punt, and Daly is not going to get away. They roll the dice, and the Bobcats were all over it. Snake eyes with the gamble. And it is Bobcat ball at the 36.
Boy, Dusty, I'm not sure if that was a called fake or what. I saw some arms up like, what are we doing? And, I mean, it almost looked to me like it was a rugby style, but that was too much of a sprint to be a rugby style. I mean, that play, I'm not quite sure what was the intention.
And I'm not sure what Daly's arguing about. He's looking at one of the coaches.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want me to do? It's like, well, maybe not run so fast to the sideline. 1st and 10 after the turnover on downs. That was almost 40 yards given back on the sack and the fake punt. Pressure coming. Sudaway picking his way, and he's grabbed and pulled back by Tenney. And then Tenney tried to rip the ball loose, and it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Boy, here it's just a good job of Sudaway to get back to the line of scrimmage. I mean, look at the pressure coming in immediately. I mean, just not much blocking up front on Kane, number 19. I'm not even going to try the last name. And Sudaway able to get back to the line of scrimmage before just being bottled up.
Sawatoa. And that will be more than likely, and they say the snap off in 2 seconds. 1 second.
We get a timeout. The line judge came bursting in there almost like a timeout. Yeah, he's pointing that way.
Well, we'll have to see what the white hat says here. Timeout on the field before the clock ran out. 1 second remaining, and we have a timeout taken by the Bobcats. We'll be back for the final play of the 3rd quarter in just a moment. So back for the final play of the 3rd quarter. I don't know if the play clock was down. I kind of missed that, Dane. I saw it was at 25 seconds.
I didn't think so. I think Coach Robinson just wanted this touchdown scored in the 3rd quarter rather than the 4th.
Fires to a wide open receiver. Has a 1st down. Nice run after the catch by Ryder Lundahl. And that is the end of the 3rd quarter. We head to the final frame. It is Orem 21. Skyview 6, the winner moves on to the 4A state championship to take on Mountain Crest. You are watching the 4A semifinals on live.ksl and DeseretNews.com. And we're ready for the start of the fourth quarter of the 4A semifinals. And it's the Bobcats trailing 21-6, firing toward the end zone. Oh, what a grab! What a grab by Mason Falslev. Oh, my goodness. You thought that touchdown catch was good. How about the Odell Beckham catch? First and goal, Bobcats.
Man, you know, I got a text from a friend that said, Orem just looks like they have athletes. Skyview has athletes too. I mean, the interception that first half, how about the one-handed stick-em by Mason Falslev, hashtag DNRT5.
Well, that's a guarantee. As the executive producer of the DNRT5, I hereby say that will be part of it.
That might have been Caden Carlson, actually. No, Falslev. Not biting on that one.
And here's a give to Stokes. Did he get in? No, mark him down at the 1. So close for Cole Stokes. It'll be second and goal from the 1-yard line.
Cole Stokes didn't get any carries in that first half, but in this second half, he's been a nice addition to this Skyview offense. He's the second leading ball carrier. Let's see if he gets across. I think he's just down. It's where when those knees hit, and I think that ball is shy.
And even his forearm hit first, too. And, man, I think Sidaway held on to that zone read there for a moment. He was laying down when he handed that ball off. I think they're going to sneak it. Here's Sidaway. And they're going to hand it to Stokes. And Stokes is turned back. Nothing doing. Puka Nakua pulls him back. And it'll be third and goal from the 1-yard line.
Stout up front. Skyview think going to come back quickly.
Quickly back to the line. Sidaway. Now he sneaks it. Dives over. Touchdown. Oh, we have a whistle before the play. We'll have to stop it. I heard whistles before the snap.
And it's the far line judge, and he's looking like he's pointing at himself. And I mean, I don't see a timeout or anything like that. Not quite sure what he saw or didn't see.
Yeah, that's not going to be a touchdown. They have to bring this thing back. They can argue it. There was an inadvertent whistle. And he has a flag as well. There's a flag at the 10-yard line, as you can see at the top of the screen.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Boy, I completely missed that one. So I'm not sure if it was maybe a substitution issue. He's throwing that flag backwards. I mean, it could be a sideline issue.
Five-yard penalty for illegal substitution. And it'll bring him back to the 6-yard line. I'm still reeling from the Mason Falslev catch. I mean, that was spectacular.
Man.
So third and goal from the 6-yard line.
And Falslev, a kid that holds a basketball offer from Utah State. Aggie fans, feast your eyes on that, huh?
And it'll be Sidaway on the zone read. Orem didn't realize he had the football. Touchdown! Bobcats! Sidaway with a terrific ball fake, and it is a touchdown.
Boy, and I think this time Orem, the defense, didn't realize where the line of scrimmage was. Watch the end zone, and you see them flowing, but they're more worried about the receivers. The line of scrimmage is the 5. I think a little late for them to come up and try to put that pressure on Sidaway, and he takes it in to finish it off.
Not going for 2, going for the extra point. And it's blocked. The second block of the ball game on the extra point. It was Ethan Slade, apparently, that got it. And you see coming off the field, Kane Sawatoa saying that's number 2. Yes, it is. 10:24 remain in the fourth quarter. It's Orem 21, Skyview 12. You're watching the 4A semifinals on the Watch It Network. So after the blocked extra point, it is a 9-point lead for the Tigers. So 2 possession games still. And I was about to praise not chasing the points so early. Here comes Slade. He's had some pretty nice returns thus far. Trying to cross the field. Slade looking for a couple of blocks. Cross the midfield. Slade down the sideline. Got one man to beat. Tracked down from behind. And it'll be terrific field position for the Orem Tigers as they will start at the Skyview 23-yard line.
Boy, but give a lot of credit to the special teams unit of Orem. There was an absolute depletion that occurred back near the 20, a legal block, and a fantastic job by Slade just looking for openings, finding lanes, and boy, a big return for Orem to set them right up and take that momentum right back from the Bobcats. A great job here tracking them down from behind. Chris Godwin, the linebacker, tracking down Daly.
Oh, I said Slade. It was Daly. Ben Daly on the return. Laga fired to the outside to Nakua. Slips one tackle. Puka inside the 15, and he has a first down at the 12.
Mentioned earlier, one of the tackling techniques shown by Skyview tonight has been just slinging your body at him. And Nakua able to step right out of that tackle. Fantastic job by Puka, who's looking for that state record tying touchdown. Dusty, is we've got a, is this Nakua?
It is Puka. Puka Nakua held on to the bottom, his lower leg.
You know, if you look at that last play, you mentioned the player coming in for Skyview, and he makes an attempt at that leg. I mean, he comes diving in, another look. Watch this. He's going to trip him up. And you see, does he maybe clip him right above the ankle? I mean, he looks okay. Not sure that I see much there. Not quite sure what he may have done. But
when he got up as well, so that's kind of the little bit more of the irony here, is he got up and started moving. And I know Nakua has been suffering from some shoulder issues, didn't know anything about an ankle. And he might just have a dead leg. I'm not sure. Look, he can't keep.
Yeah.
Oh, it might be cramping.
I didn't see him stretch him out, though. Usually with cramping, you'll see him at least try to stretch it, and I didn't see anything like that. They were looking at that lower ankle. And I mean, right now, you know, this is a 2-possession game, fourth quarter. And I don't know if this has an impact here, but gosh, if you're an Orem fan, I mean, that's a key part of your offense. If not for tonight in this fourth quarter, for next week for sure.
If there is a next week.
Yeah, you know, fair.
Laga hands off to Kinesi. No problem. This is Cooper. And Raphael's thrown backwards at the 9-yard line. It'll be second down and 7.
Yeah, they're still looking at him again. That doesn't look like cramping to me. I mean, not quite sure what's happening. But nice run for Cooper, and I think this is, with Nakua out, I think this becomes a ground attack for Orem, and that may include Cooper Laga, who has a rushing touchdown tonight.
Don't forget about Enoch Fiso, also there on a play action.
Up top.
It is play action. Fires, and that pass is incomplete, intended for Fiso, and Fiso frustrated. He wanted a pass interference on Logan Karen, but the flag's not coming. And it'll be third down and 7.
You called it, Dusty. I actually thought they lined up Fiso on the top of the screen, but that was number 11, Thur, who was up top for the Orem, or excuse me, Zach Ortiz, who was up top. And you see Fiso come across the formation. Was the contact there early? Boy, it might have been on that backside. Officials not throwing the flag there.
Well, you got to go long arm and keep cloth on the short arm, as it is third down and 7 for the Tigers. And it is play action. Laga gets away from the sack. He's still on his feet. Laga still looking. Takes off. Cooper Laga to the 5. Oh, my goodness, it's a touchdown for the Orem Tigers. Cooper Laga is Mr. Houdini, his best Fran Tarkenton impression, and is a touchdown for the Orem Tigers.
You know, we've had a couple of top 5 nominees for Skyview. Add one for Orem. Laga's dead in the water here, Dusty. I mean, this is a 15-yard loss, and instead able to keep himself up. And then look at Laga here. I mean, again, there doesn't look to be any room, but he just sees the vision of Laga, able to step through that one. And Cooper Laga with his second rushing touchdown to put this one away.
And the kick is up and good. Late in the fourth quarter, well, midway through the fourth quarter almost, 8:47 left. It is 28-12. Reeling from these big plays. We'll step aside. Orem with a commanding lead over the Bobcats in the 4A semifinal. Yeah. Welcome back. That's a hard in. The kick goes into the end zone. And we'll bring it out to the 20. Dane, I mean, just explain. Can you explain what we're seeing? I mean, we've seen more top 5 plays in this game than almost any game thus far.
You know, we thought that this was going to be a really fantastic ball game, Dusty. I don't know if I quite expected this. I mean, both sides. I mean, Mason Falslev has been as good as it comes, Puka Nakua, but how about Cooper Laga missing his favorite weapon and really his best offensive weapon? And that's not to, Fiso, there's a lot of guys who have contributed, but Nakua is just a different level. And without him, Laga to turn in that play and a touchdown, wow, I mean, just remarkable.
Sitaway fires, and that one was just too easy for Mason Falslev. He couldn't hang on to it. Incomplete, and they'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
So, Dusty, I think to answer your question, no. I can't explain what's going on. And, I think that East Lone Peak, we expected some fireworks, and that was a defensive battle. Bingham Harriman, we knew it would be a defensive battle in this game. I mean, the defenses have played well. It's not like the defenses have been poor. I mean, the defenses have been good. And yet you've just got incredible playmaking on the field from both offenses.
2nd and 10. Sitaway, pass complete to Falslev. Nice move from Mason, and he has a 1st down to the 32-yard line, and the flags come flying in late. And the Orem coaching staff none too pleased. If there will be an undoing for Orem, either in this game or if they were to play next week, it will be penalties.
It's kind of similar. I'm going to make a comparison here. We've seen similar things from East. Typically, East has themselves just at a different level than their competition. But the turnovers and the penalties at times have left games closer than they should be. And when you look at this Orem squad, there's the interception tonight by Laga. Other than that, not a lot of turnovers. They've done a pretty good job. But the penalties, I mean, to your point, Dusty, have been costly.
And I know Orem fans will be happy, and I don't know if we got a shot of it, but Billy Tenney's the one who called for the penalty, and they said 48, but imagine it's 49. There's not a 48 on the roster. But it is an additional 15 yards after the catch and run from Mason Falslev. And over the middle, and another big hit, Sawatoa, and now we have a flag in the backfield. And Skyview lineman John with the white cap, not happy about seeing the laundry on the field.
I have a feeling this one might be headed north, Dusty, which is a bad sign for the team from the north. And, of course, this being a spot foul is really going to back up the Bobcats.
So backs him up. It'll be 1st down and 26 for the Bobcats after that holding penalty.
One of the things that we talked about a little bit earlier, this Orem squad, I mean, we just kind of likened their athletes and to their competition. 2 losses on the year, I believe. 1 to Bingham, 1 to Corner Canyon. They only allowed 40 points to Bingham, which is a lot, but only 27 to Corner Canyon. I mean, this defense has been really good for Orem all year long. It was good in region. It's been good in the playoffs. They just shut down Desert Hills to only 17.
Fire backside, and that pass is incomplete off of the hands of Lundahl.
And there's a great example, a screen play and a throwback, and Chris Daly's all over. I mean, the senior not fooled on that one, has that sized up, came up and even got a nice little hit in on Lundahl for the effort.
.756 remaining in the fourth quarter. The Bobcats trying to stay alive. Screen pass. It is a lateral. The hook and ladder. Well, screen and ladder. We got a flag on the play. Another flag on the play. And we'll sort it out.
You know, how about an A for creativity, though? Huh? A little screen and lateral? Don't see that very often.
Absolutely not. I don't know if I've ever seen a screen ladder.
Yeah.
So holding on Trasinski. It'll be 3rd and 34. Well, 2nd and 34. As to steal a lane from George Costanza. Beep, beep, beep.
Beep, beep, beep. To continue on, huh?
And now another flag.
You know, there's been a lot of yellow on the field tonight, and I'm not talking about the jerseys of Orem.
I see what you did.
Yeah, yeah. Boy, going all sorts of different directions here, huh?
And looking to throw, has a pass complete. And this is Drasinski, and Drasinski still on his feet, and finally forward progression is halted. As the clock continues to tick down here at Rice-Eccles Stadium.
Now that time, Skyview spreading him out, and the throw to Drashinsky. Took a long time for that ball to get there. I mean, he's the far side of the field and allows that Orem defense to flow over. And understand you're spreading him out on 2nd and incredibly long, but you're really kind of helping out the defense when the ball's in the air for that long.
Sidaway still looking, now finally fires complete. This is Falsliv trying to make something happen, and Mason gets out of bounds. And there's just jawing and all kinds of stuff happening down the field. And it'll be 3rd down and 8.
And there's the check down that would have been really beneficial just a couple of drives ago. That interception that was thrown in the end zone, I think really key to where this game has gone. But it's a nice job by Falslev, able to turn it up and get inside the original line of scrimmage.
It is 4th down and 8 for the Bobcats.
I remember they had, what, 2nd and 34. So Skyview's done a nice job of getting back to inside of their offense on this 4th and 8 coming up.
And there's a timeout taken by the Orem Tigers. We'll take it with them. 4th down coming up. Fourth down and 8. Sidaway fires incomplete. Firing to the out. And it falls incomplete. And it'll be turnover on downs, Orem football.
Was looking for Jake Digert the senior and just threw it too far wide, and they'll turn the ball over.
So out comes Orem. Really go try to put this ball game away. 6.5 remaining in the fourth quarter. And they're ever so close to reaching the 4A championship game. And it's a give. Kinesi, and Kinesi's pulled down from behind. Nice job by Lundahl at tracking him down. It's a loss of 1. It'll be 2nd and 11.
It's all hands on deck right now for the Skyview Bobcats. And Lundahl, he's been good against the run today, able to track down Kinesi. Setting up a 2nd and 11, but right now, I mean, it's 2 possessions, 6 minutes left. Got to get a turnover here if you're Skyview, and that means going for stripping the ball away from some of these Orem backs and receivers.
Nakua back on the field at the top of the screen. Laga still looking, now fires to Nakua. Puka makes the grab, and it's out of bounds at about the 44-yard line.
See that ankle taped up a little extra, but seems to be okay. And comes in, has to make a couple of hard cuts on that whip route, Dusty, and able to come out of it, staying on the field. So a good sign for Orem fans that their star receiver looking like he's just fine.
3rd down and 7. Yeah, I would say that looks like a little false start. False start on the Tigers. It'll make it 3rd down and 12 now.
.541 left. I mean, this is the time for Skyview. I mean, if this is your last chance, really. I mean, a 1st down here, and pretty much probably takes too much time off the clock for Skyview to get back in this ball game, barring something just miraculous here at Rice-Eccles Stadium.
Third down and 12. Laga rolls near side. He's looking deep and going deep. He's got a man down there. Defenders are there, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by Damian Dubon, his 2nd interception of the night. And it'll be Skyview football.
See Laga going deep. I thought he might have had a guy right around the sticks underneath. Couldn't see it on the screen, so he may not have, but what a great job by Dubon going up and getting that ball out of the air. The pressure by the receiver trying to come over the top, but Dubon makes a nice play, and that'll get the ball back here with 5.5 minutes to go, although way back on their own 15-yard line.
So out comes Skyview, 5.5 remaining in the fourth quarter. Sidaway gets away from that pressure. Now takes off, has plenty of green in front of him, and now there's a flag on the play. Stop me if you've heard me say that tonight. And it'll be most likely on Skyview on the block.
Yeah, Diger, so he was the receiver downfield and thought about breaking away from the corner and heading upfield, but once he sees Sidaway take off on the run, he tries to lock up that boundary, and the official was right there to call the holding. This one going to come back.
But it should be a 1st down.
Yep.
But it'll be 1st and 10, I believe, should be from about the 20-yard line, right? First and 6 from the 19. Fires. Slips a tackle. Here goes. I believe Cody Wilson. And it'll be 5:10 remaining. Kobe Wilson has the 1st down. So 1st and 10 for the Bobcats at the 38.
Boy, huge play right there coming back from the penalty for Skyview, and Wilson able to turn it upfield, picking up 21 yards. Skyview, maybe a late drive in them.
Sitaway fires. Oh, I thought Moss. Why wouldn't Fossil pull that one? He nearly did. But after the catch he made earlier, you kind of expect it. But it'll be second down. And a little bit of confusion here from Skyview. They got to get moving. 10 seconds remaining on the play clock. Looking to throw. Sitaway still looking. And now finally he does fire, complete to Foslev. And it'll be third down and 5.
And Foslev rolling to that far side. Had a backside throw, but he's moving away from it. Able to pick up the yards that he can and set up a third down and manageable here for his offense.
Foslev throws underneath to Foslev. Mason finally pulled down from behind. Making the stop was Ethan Slade. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bobcats.
Nice route. You can't see it falling outside the screen, but slant. You see him come right in and split the defenders here. Good pickup for Foslev after the reception.
Tanner Stokes comes in. The lone setback was Sitaway. Sitaway running around, still looking. Pressure coming. Tenney dove at his feet, didn't get him. Still looking. Sitaway now runs. And he shoved out of bounds late. And it'll be 15 yards from the spot of the foul. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 20.
Well, we talk about the penalties, and this one, I mean, there's just no excuse for this one. And you know, we talk about Laga able to keep plays alive. Sitaway does his own impersonation right here. I mean, stepping up in the pocket, there's just nobody open. And running around, trying to get extra room. And, boy, Orem just giving chase, and impressive, able to keep his balance somehow. Nice hands off there by the O-line, and then you're going to see the late hit come in. I mean, Sitaway's well out of bounds by a yard or two, and the linebacker just comes in and then hits his own man. How about that? A couple of hits outside the field of play.
Don't have a 35. I don't want it. I would guess it's either Fiatoa or Nielsen, who is 34 or 36. But it'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers, or pardon me, for the Bobcats. Fire again to Foslev. Foslev still going. And Foslev has a first down at the 8-yard line. And now another possible personal foul penalty as Orem starting to get loose here.
What are you doing? You're up by 2 possessions. It's the 4th quarter. Skyview's marching, but just do your job. Keep your head in this ball game, and you've got a victory and on to the championship. But doesn't look like any flags. Skyview up to the line of scrimmage.
Looking near side and incomplete as Skyview receivers ran into each other. So it'll be 2nd and goal here for the Bobcats. And Coach Hill's got to help get his Tigers reel them in a little bit here.
You want to play with emotion, right? You want to fly around, be fast, but there's a balance to be struck there, and that balance tough to come by here for the Tigers in the 4th quarter.
Timeout taken by Orem. We'll take it with them. Orem leads 28-12, but the Skyview Bobcats knocking at the door. So out of the timeout, we got 4 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Second down and goal. Fires to the arrow route, pass is incomplete. Nice diving attempt there from Trzynski. And Trzynski couldn't get to it. It's third down and goal.
Good decision there by Sidaway. Just a little beyond his target. We've seen that throw has been tough for Jackson here tonight. He's missed that a couple of times, just a tad wide of his receivers.
Looking to throw, Sidaway, down he goes. I believe it was Tenney that got in there, and it was Tenney with the sack. Austin Kirby was near there as well, and it'll be fourth and goal now for the Bobcats.
Boy, Orem bringing a lot of pressure, and you know the moment that he tries to step up is like, oh, that's not a good decision. There's just no way that he's going to get through the line with the pressure Orem was bringing there on third down and setting about fourth and goal. And really, I mean, we've said this a couple times, but the last chance for Skyview really to try to make a run at winning this one.
Timeout taken by Skyview. They have one remaining. Fourth and goal coming up. Fourth and goal for the Bobcats after the timeout taken by Orem.
Again, pressure coming.
Throws the false of, oh, nice defensive play by Puka Nakua. Puka jumped that route, knocks it down. Turnover on downs, and it's Orem football.
We've said that there's a lot of athletes on the field on both sides, but I don't know if there's another player that could have made that play other than Puka Nakua. Watch his closing ability. Wow, just stepping right in front of Falslev. A fantastic job. No contact with the receiver to draw the penalty. Nakua putting this one away, making the big defensive stop for his Orem Tigers.
Orem just has to be clean with the football, and they will make it to the 4A state championship game. Barring something crazy, 3:24 left here in the fourth quarter. And it's Kinesse on the carry, and he's across the 15 to the 17-yard line. It'll make it second down and 6.
And right now, I mean, I think it's no secret. This is what Orem's going to do. Skyview with just the one timeout after they took it to set up that fourth down play. I think if they probably call a timeout after a third down stop if Skyview can get one.
And it's Kinesse again. And he's thrown down from behind, making the stop for Skyview. Again, we don't have a player with wearing number 15, as we have a Tiger that's down. And I think it is Fiso. So it was Fiso that was down. And get him off the field here, and we'll see. They were able to get Puka Nacua back. We'll see what happens here.
Now, Fiso putting a little more weight on than Nacua was, so you hope that he's going to be okay.
Back to throw, pressure coming, going deep, looking for Nacua, and nicely done. Terrific defense there from Caleb Christensen. And it'll be 4th down for Orem.
I mean, how about this, Dusty? I mean, we talked a lot about the passing game, right? Unofficially, Cooper Legas, 17 of 25, 175 yards, touchdown, 2 interceptions. But Puka Nacua, 6 receptions, 42 yards. This Skyview defense, they've done a really good job. Now, again, yards have come off, touchdowns have come off due to penalty. But, I mean, this is going to go down, and Puka Nacua, Skyview's done a fantastic job of really limiting his impact on the offensive end tonight.
Chris Daly with the punt, only his 2nd of the night, taken by Stokes. And nice job by this punt team from the Tigers, limiting the return. Pardon me, that wasn't Stokes, that was Lundahl. Hard to see these teal numbers on the gray jerseys. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 44.
Skyview just trying to send everyone, and boy, the line drive kick almost goes right into the rushers on the punt unit. But Lundahl unable to get up the field, and good coverage on the return by Skyview, by Orem, excuse me.
Well, the game's still in doubt. 2:13 remaining. Quick score, two-point conversions is what it'll take. Obviously, an onside kick in between. Now comes Sidaway and the Bobcats, the undefeated Skyview Bobcats. And Drzinski makes the catch along the sideline. He is inbounds. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
Trying to lean out of bounds, but official's right there. 6-yard pickup.
Drzinski made our top 5 plays last week. Had a ball that was touched by 2 Pineview defenders. He caught it on his back as Drzinski makes that catch at the, no, Mr. Official says he did not. Incomplete. And it'll be 3rd down and 4.
Boy, one of those, I mean, Skyview's had the ball bounce their way a couple times, but Orem misaligned. Puka Nacua's running over late to try to cover 2 receivers or help out the corner, covering 2 receivers at the bottom of the screen. And, I mean, uncovered and can't bring that ball in for the completion for Skyview.
Sidaway fires to Mason. Fossil makes the grab. He's popped by Nacua. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bobcats.
Boy, those hits got to hurt. I mean, it's cold number 1, but Puka Nacua is like a missile. I mean, just watch how he closes down on this. Just boom. I mean, right on him. We've seen that a couple times. His closing speed tonight has been impressive.
Sidaway gets away from the pressure. There's a flag on the play. Throwing deep for Fossil. He makes the adjustment. Oh, it's intercepted by Nacua. There's still the flag to sort out. Nacua going the other way. Puka at the 45 and pulled down. Let's sort out the flag. More than likely, it's a blocking penalty. But Puka Nacua with the interception.
Off the tip, Dusty.
First and 10 Tigers punching their ticket, Dane, to the 4A championship.
Again, we see Sidaway, and at this point of the game, I mean, it's just heave-ho, but Nacua has his eye on that, tracking it the entire way, including after the tip. And a nice run back by Puka here. And Orem, the Tigers, 1-14 away, Dusty, from their first trip to a state championship game since 1996.
They lost that championship to the Skyline Eagles during the heyday of Coach Roger Dupay and Skyline, when they made every state championship game, I think, but 2 from like 1988 to 2003 or something like that. And we're going to have more shenanigans at the end of these plays, and the officials and the coaching staffs have got to get in control of their guys.
A lot of this starts to become reactionary, Dusty. I mean, you just get tired of late hits and extra hits, and then the frustration comes out. And I mean, it's a semifinal. I mean, there's just a lot of things going on right now. And I mean, I'm with you. You've kind of seen this starting to boil up near the rim, and it's starting to boil over right now. Gosh, if you're Orem, you just take a couple knees and get out of here and quit before anything serious happens. You see Laga and another shirt tackle. You see that one coming
right
in
there
from up top.
Mm-hmm.
The player into his own teammate, and penalty flag come flying out, and then the retaliation, a couple of them.
So the penalty goes against Skyview, and I think they got one right. Normally,
Yeah.
it's the reaction that gets it.
Yep.
And Duncan McCrae can say, well, it's the reaction from all game long. Well, either way, you can't do that.
Instigator on that play, getting caught.
Inside of a minute to go, and I agree with what you said earlier. Not a whole lot you need to do if you are the Orem Tigers to get out of this ball game, to let the clock just drain down and take some knees. And last thing you need to do is run your quarterback. Let's put that out there as well.
Things are getting chippy. I mean, you're going to start seeing guys with targets, and all those targets become real important next week.
As Laga takes the knee, the Orem Tigers for a number of years had thought they had a team that could make a run in the state tournament, hadn't been able to. Well, they realign in the realignment to 4A, and the Orem Tigers, well, they're making it to the state championship game. They'll be taking on the Mountain Crest Mustangs, and they end the undefeated season of the Skyview Bobcats in the 4A semifinals. And it is 5 seconds and over. Dane, your final thoughts.
You know, I really thought that this was going to be a fantastic game, and it was. How about the defenses, Dusty? All the talk about the offenses. These two offenses have dominated their respective regions this year, and thought that we could see some real high scoring. I think this game was lower scoring than we expected. Both quarterbacks with a pair of interceptions, and it speaks to the defensive efforts here tonight. But when you look at this game, sometimes the better team doesn't always win, Dusty. Tonight, the better team won. And you look at Orem, you know, Puka Nakua was fantastic. I thought the ground game was good with Kanisi. Cooper Laga played well. Enoch Fiso was solid for the Tigers, and they find a way to get it done. You know, it wasn't the prettiest effort for Coach Hill and his squad, but they grounded out despite a couple touchdowns coming off. And for the Orem Tigers, a lot of things to be proud about. But, hey, one more week before you're able to really, you know, take a breath and head to the offseason. But it was an impressive victory here tonight against a real good Skyview squad.
Every night was the night for the Skyview Bobcats throughout this season. They made a run. They go undefeated throughout the